Hello everyone, this is Lias again from pkiaas.io. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to request a certificate through SCEP, or Simple Certificate Enrollment Protocol, from MicroTik's RouterOS. So to get started, we'll log into pkiaas.io. And we're going to start by taking a look at the template that we're going to request a certificate from. And one of the options we're going to need is right here where it says show template service URLs. Right here where it says SCEP. This is something that RouterOS is going to ask us for. And we're also going to need a challenge passphrase. We'll leave this up and we'll jump over here to RouterOS. Click on Web Config and Certificates. This is under System and Certificates. Click Add New. This name of the certificate is really just a name for RouterOS. It's not going to be reflected in the certificate. So we'll call it New Cert, Country US, Louisiana. I'm in Slide L, Organization, Test.org. We'll call this IT. And we'll give it a common name of MicroTik. And we'll do the same for subject alternative name and apply that. And we want to get this signed via SCEP, so we'll click this button right here. And here's where we need to enter that SCEP URL. And again, to get to this, click on your template, go to Show Template Service URLs, and you're going to copy that to your clipboard. If we click on this, if you're getting an error that says SCEP is disabled for this template, you're going to need to go into Manage that, click on SCEP, and say Enable SCEP Enrollment Protocol. And I'll leave the rest of these unchecked, but we will have to come back and check another one off. If we say Save, and we go back to this Show Template Service URLs, we can see this looks a lot like Microsoft because pkiaas.io is designed to be compatible with anything that worked with Microsoft's Network Device Enrollment Service. So now we can see that SCEP is enabled, so we'll copy that URL again, go over to MicroTik and enter that for our SCEP URL. And then we need this challenge passphrase. And so here it says to obtain an enrollment challenge passphrase, go to the admin URL. By default, it's this. If we click on that, we could see Microsoft SCEP compatibility is not enabled for this template. So let's go back in and manage that template, SCEP, and we're just going to check off enable Microsoft SCEP compatibility. Also, if you need to lock this down by IP, there's an option here to say enable IPACL, and you can do that for SCEP requests, the Microsoft compatibility UI, or both of those. I'm going to leave that unselected for now. Now that we've got that enabled, we can either click right here where it says SCEP admin Microsoft compatibility, or we can go back to that SCEP URL and then follow the link it gives us. That generated a challenge passphrase for us. We'll copy that to the clipboard and paste it in here. So before we apply that, let's go in and look at the issued certificates for this CA. Last one we issued was the YouTube demo intermediate CA for a previous video. And after we submit this request in RouterOS, we should see a new certificate here that says MicroTik, because that's what we put in for the common name and the subject alternative name. So let's try that. Signed via SCEP. We're looking at status up here, requesting CA certificate. And it looks like it populated the issuer information there. So let's say OK. In the SCEP process, one of the things that happens is the SCEP client makes a request for the issuer certificate. So we also see our root CA got imported here. And it looks like we did get our certificate from SCEP. If we go back in here and refresh this issued certificates, there's our MicroTik certificate. And if you click on the certificate here and select OpenSSL Info, we'll see all of these subject attributes and the subject alternative names that we requested earlier from this MicroTik UI. this video was helpful to you, please like and or subscribe. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments.